1045 The Team, your home for New York Jets football. We are happy to have a man with some serious insight into one of the Jets' big draft picks over the weekend. Quarterback coach for the Penn State Nittany Lions, Rahne, joins us. Coach, you're there. You worked with Hackenberg. I personally love the pick because I see a lot of gusto, a lot of character in this kid. What's the ceiling for Christian Hackenberg with the Jets?
I think the ceiling's very high. I've had a lot of these interviews over the past few months, and I see the guy as a 10, 12, 14-year, NFL player, and I think that he's going to be a guy who, is probably going to be one of those guys who's even a better pro than he is a college player. So I think that, it's one of those deals that I think he's still growing. He's still very young. I mean, he just turned 21 not too long ago in February. So, I mean, he's still a young kid with a lot of room to grow. And under, Coach Gailey and those guys there, I think he's got a tremendous ceiling.
Coach, when you look at him, is he the future star of the Jets? I mean, that's what everybody really wants to know. Is he going to be the guy that a year or two from now takes the clipboard, puts it down, grabs the football, and leads the Jets down the field?
I'm an Ivy League guy myself, so I don't want to, I hate to take a job away from Fitzpatrick, Harvard guy. But in the future, yeah, I see Hack being the starting quarterback there. I mean, I think that's why they took him. Now, whether it's this year or whether it's a couple of years from now or whatever it is, I think he's definitely got the ability, not only physically but mentally, to be the starting quarterback in the National Football League.
Question about character. I doubt we're ever going to see a Instagram photo with him wearing a face mask. What kind of kid is he? I mean, is he off the field? Is he easy to get along with? Is he really high strung? What's he like?
No, he's not a high-strung kid by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, a guy who likes to go fishing and hunt and play golf, all those sort of things. I mean, so, he's a great kid. I like him around my family. My son's, my 7-year-old son, Christian, is one of his favorite players and favorite people. And, he was, I hate to say this, but he was crushed when he got taken by the Jets because he wanted him to go to either Philadelphia or Pittsburgh so that he could still be close. But, yeah, he's a great kid, and you're not going to have any of those. Character, he's a very high-character kid from a very high-character family.
Passing game coordinator, quarterback coach for Penn State, Rahne on us, 1045 The Team, Levac and Wolf. Coach, with what he went through, because, Hack gets there. You've got the Sandusky issue. He has an excuse to leave. He doesn't leave. Bill O'Brien leaves. Again, he could probably take off, maybe sit a year, and nobody's going to really hold it against him. He honors his commitment, stays with Penn State. What did that tell you about him, and how much does that tell us about him?
Well, no, I mean, he's a tough kid. I mean, I think that's the number one thing you're going to see is tough, mentally and physically. And he's going to be able to handle adverse situations. I recruit North Jersey, so I know how the New York media can be on some guys, and I think he's going to be able to handle those sort of things and be able to go through hard times and ultimately persevere. So I think that's the one thing that I should be able to show you.
Coach, is there one time where you were watching him and he did something which said to you, you know what, this kid has really got potential?
The Boston College game and our bowl game that was there in Yankee Stadium, that was a great game, and that showed a lot of potential. He threw a lot of great balls in that game and did some things. But the thing I always point out is, look at our Rutgers game from this past year, absolute downpour. And he checked us into a bunch of run plays. We rushed for over 300 yards in that game and, won the game pretty handily. And it was, he got us into a couple of those runs. And, in fact, he checked us into a 70-yard run where he checked into another play, and then he checked out of it once they checked their defense and got us back into the original play, and we ended up with a 70-yard touchdown run. So just things like that are what I think really show you his potential.
We've got the quarterback coach, the passing game coordinator, Penn State, on the phone with us, Rahne. Just learning a little bit about Christian Hackenberg. What's that one thing that nobody has thought to ask about that you're like, hey, idiots, he's really good because of this, or this is important? What's that little known fact that we should know about Hack?
His dad played quarterback in college, and that sort of thing, and a lot of people miss that. And so his dad's kind of, trained him for a long time, and so that's really helped the kid. And I think that the other one is, like I said, he's a pretty good golfer. If you look at all the NFL quarterbacks, the ones that are pretty good, they're also pretty good golfers. You know what I mean? And that's I've always thought that was a weird correlation, but it is one that tends to work that way. So, but he's a guy who's going to work really hard for the Jets, and I'm really excited just because he's close enough to where I'm still going to be able to follow him and those sort of things, and go out to dinner with him every once in a while. And I'm just excited about his future.
Coach, obviously now you're going to start following a little more about what the Jets are about and what's going on with the Jets. Have you heard anything recently about what the Fitzpatrick situation is going to end up?
Ivy League guys, you have like a little secret information going back and forth?
No, we don't have a secret handshake or anything like that. So no, we don't talk about those sort of things. I have no idea. I know that he's had unbelievable success, especially with Chan Gailey and as his coordinator, and he's had an awesome career and something that kind of makes all of us who have played Ivy League football, makes us all proud, and shows that that league actually has got some good football players in it. And so, but no, I've heard nothing, and I know that Hack would love to learn from him. And because Hack and I have talked about that in the past, about being able to learn from an established NFL quarterback. And so I know he would be eager to learn from him, but no, I haven't heard anything.
Coach Ricky Rahne from Penn State with us. Big Ten getting more and more entertaining every year with Harbaugh there now, Urban Meyer, everybody hanging out, all these top coaches coming to join you guys at Penn State and compete. What do you expect from the Nittany Lions this season?
I'm really excited. We've got new offensive coordinator and Joe Moorhead, and our guys on offense really took to that this spring and really played well and made some big time gains there. And I'm excited to see what our guys can do. I saw really a team that was ready to go already in the spring, and they just seem to have a great attitude about it and everything. So it's an unbelievable league with some great coaches and great players, and it's a fun time to be in Big Ten football.
Coach Ricky Rahne, the passing game coordinator, quarterback coach, enlightening us about Hackenberg. I like that I hadn't thought to just call him Hack, so that's my number one takeaway. I'm going to move with that forward, but we appreciate your time, and best of luck this season for the Lions.
Thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate it.
You're welcome, Coach.